Thanks to Glytch Energy for sponsoring today's video. You guys know that I'm currently traveling on a laptop, on a controller, and I usually play mouse and keyboard. But as you're going to see in this background gameplay, I popped off with a controller, and it's only because I was drinking Glytch Energy, baby. Specifically, Azure Infusion, which is a raspberry lemonade. Make sure to check it out. Use code JMeyels to get your 20% discount. This stuff is specifically made for the clutch moments, which is why I clutched up right here on the controller. If you buy some, make sure to tag me on Twitter. The link is down in the description below. All right, guys, hope you're all doing well. We got some pretty exciting news in Apex Legends today. Well, it's kind of weird because the same exact topic ties into good news and some bad news as well. But yeah, a lot of changes seem to be coming in this new year, and some of these changes seem to have already taken place. Make sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new as always. Sorry if I sound a little bit weird today. I feel like I got hit by a bus last night, woke up with a headache, sore neck, sore back, really missing my bed and the streams, but regardless, the grind continues. So the first thing that I wanted to mention here, like I said earlier, it's kind of two separate situations, but it's about the same topic. One's good news, one's a little bit of weird, awkward news. I'm not sure exactly how you want to take this. However, I saw this over on Twitter about 2 weeks ago, and I was trying to find a way to tie this into a more current, relatable topic as well. So this was coming from a Twitter user named Anytime or Anytime, and it wasn't just an accusation. They actually showed a clear-cut proof of an email that they got a 1 week ban. Yes, 1 week ban, 168 hours for just simply mentioning the name Andrew Tate. And they were actually doing it in a demeaning context, saying Andrew Tate is cringe because they were responding to someone that said, you know, women belong in the kitchen and all of this stuff. And I'm not really here to talk about Andrew Tate. I don't care what you think about him. I'm just thinking it's crazy that you get a 1 week suspension from the game for even mentioning the name, not even based on its context. We guys know, you know, they banned Andrew Tate, I think like a couple of months ago, and we saw all this stuff happening. But at the time, I think a lot of people thought it was going to be in context, you know, depending on what you say, it'll be under review. But no, just simply, if you put the word it's blacklisted, you're banned. What I thought was really funny as well is this person also went on Twitter just kind of calling out EA, saying that they're a bunch of Andrew Tate supporters at this point. Regardless, I'm not really concerned of what your thoughts are about anybody in this world, but if you think that a mere mention of someone's name on good or bad sides will result in a 1 week ban, you're absolutely crazy. I mean, there was even people reporting that they've got their accounts banned for simply saying the word shut up. Like, I don't understand, when did this rule change? Regardless, I thought it was a crazy situation to say the least. I did want to mention this other type of a change when it comes to bans. This change will be happening this year, this upcoming year in 2023. Hideouts mentioned this not long ago. I told you guys about it, and I said that we would do a deeper dive when I had a deeper dive, and I finally have that deeper dive today. This was coming from Hideouts, like I said. Very exciting additions that are being added and changed to the anti-cheat for Apex Legends. Also want some good more streams in this year and talk about some Apex discussions there. It's going to be great to have some dev streams back, and also these changes to the Apex anti-cheat. Well, what changes could we see in this anti-cheat, and will it actually work? Because we know that every single time they add something, it doesn't take long for people to find a way around it. So the deeper dive is this, and yes, I'm gonna have to challenge you to think a little bit with me, because it is, like I said, a deeper dive. So back in September of 2021, Alpha Intel reported that EA has now announced a new anti-cheat system that will be available for all EA future PC titles to use. Notice that they quote future PC titles. It uses kernel level access similar to Valorant, and we know that Valorant has a much better cheating situation than Apex has. I'm not saying it's a perfect situation, but it definitely is better. So on this original post back in September of 2021, they followed it up by saying the new EA anti-cheat will be called EAAC, similar to how the current anti-cheat, I think, is EAC for easy anti-cheat, and they said it will be launched with FIFA 2023 when it releases later this month. Obviously, that has already come and gone. It is not clear if existing EA titles, such as Apex Legends, will be able to use this new anti-cheat, because they did quote say it is for future PC titles. Now, they have actually updated this website just a little bit, and it's not that much different, but instead of the headline, you know, kind of graphic saying keeping things fair with EA anti-cheat system for PC, it's now updated to say a deep dive on EA anti-cheat for PC. So here are 3 reasons I think Apex Legends is still getting this new update to the anti-cheat. Number 1 is because Hideouts clearly said on here that he's happy for the new year, some exciting additions and some changes to the Apex anti-cheat. Now, is he talking about some upgrades to the current Apex anti-cheat, or is he talking about getting the new one? I'll leave that for you to discuss, because obviously the article did say it's for future PC titles. But here's another thing that I wanted to mention. Point number 1 was pretty obvious there. As tech-inclined video gamers ourselves, EA says, it is important for us to make sure that kernel level anti-cheat included in our games acts with strong focus on the privacy and security of our gamers that use a PC. Third-party anti-cheat solutions are often opaque to our teams. Obviously, throwing some shots here at the easy anti-cheat system because they just simply don't have all the customization possible with that system and prevent us from implementing additional privacy controls and customizations that provide greater accuracy and granularity for EA-specific game modes. With EA anti-cheat, we have a full stack ownership of the security and privacy posture, so we can fix security issues as soon as they may arise. With that in mind, let's tackle a few of the common questions that we have. One of the common questions that they wanted to answer here is not every game is competitive multiplayer, so is this going to be in all EA games? They responded with this: no, it is not going to be in all EA games. We're working with our game studios to determine anti-cheat needs for each project. You cannot tell me that Apex Legends is not in dire need of a new anti-cheat system, or at least some type of an update for their project. For single player only titles or titles without competitive ladders or leaderboards, the cheat landscape differs. Depending on the title and type of game, we may implement another anti-cheat technology such as user mode protections, or even forego leveraging anti-cheat technology altogether in some cases, opting instead to design the game to be resilient against certain types of cheats. So they just very clearly stated that they've been talking with all of their game studios, which would be Respawn Entertainment a part of that, and talking about their anti-cheat needs. We know Apex obviously needs something, because if you have any experience in this game, you know that there's a cheater issue, especially on PC. Obviously, with Apex Legends being one of EA's biggest moneymakers and biggest titles that they own, you know that they're probably going to be getting some special treatment in some sense. Now, what about the whole they said future PC titles only? I'll let you decide whether or not you want to believe this, but obviously, you know, and if you've seen any of my videos, especially a lot of other people's videos in the last 2 months, you know there's a lot of talk about Apex Legends potentially building a brand new game. The current system and build that the game was built on obviously was not made for a lot of the future-proof stuff. There's been a lot of talk whether or not Apex Legends is actually just building an entirely new game, because we already know that they're building a brand new game specifically for single players. So if a new updated version of Apex is coming, obviously it would make sense as to why all future PC titles are getting it, which would mean Apex Legends as well. But there's obviously a lot of gray area with this situation. What we need to note though is, number one, we know Apex Legends is getting an update to the anti-cheat system. We saw that from Respawn's security team, Hideouts, and we also know at the same exact time EA has launched their brand new EA anti-cheat system, and we know it has kernel level access similar to Valorant, which means it should work better. And they've even noted that there's a lot of issues with third-party anti-cheat systems because they simply don't have the control and customization as if they would on their own anti-cheat system. So why would you not want to implement that on one of your biggest titles of all time, and definitely one of your biggest moneymakers? And lastly, I just wanted to get your guys' thoughts on this. Right before I was about to end the video, I saw Garrett made this tweet, and I really wanted to ask you guys the same thing. What was the biggest Apex drama of this entire year of 2022? My reply here was definitely the ALGS World Championship. DC's mid-game, no COVID room for players, coaches can't substitute, watching teams have to play through all of this made me cringe so hard, hearing leaked comms of how saying, you know, don't shoot that guy because he disconnected. And that one team that Valk ulted, I think it was like F7, I can't remember what they were called, but they got teleported into the zone and immediately died. And we even saw, I think it was a Team Liquid or someone who had disconnected, and they were trying to punch their teammate into zone. By the time that he reconnected back to the game, they had already gotten pushed by a squad and died. They got no replay on all of this stuff, so a bunch of glitches and bugs that really hindered the tournament from being an accurate proportion of what the actual best team was. But I'm interested to see what you guys think down in the comment section below. Leave a like on the video if you guys did enjoy. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new as always, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care of yourselves, and until next time, I'll see you later, Gators.